of mangrove ecosystems and the rehabilitation of degraded lands is expected to significantly maintain the stability of riverbanks for environmental sustainability. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
Volunteers from Brufut and environs on Sunday descended on the President's farm in Brufut for a weeding exercise. Fatu Jassi reports the 9-hectare groundnut farm was plowed by residents of Brufut as part of efforts to help ensure national food self-sufficiency. Over 200 volunteers from Brufut, Wulinkama and Ghanatown, as a way of playing their quota to the country's food security drive, descended on the President's 9-hectare groundnut farm to weed. Since the President made the clarion call some years ago, efforts have been made by Gambians to further strengthen the message to ensure food security.
He made that call a long time ago, and now that people are answering en masse, that's very satisfactory. And as I said, we really thank God for that. We've come here today to give support to Mr. Bojang. Mr. Pai is a youth man, as you can see. He's got support from the community here, from Brufut. We want to thank the Alcalo, the Almamo, all the elders of Brufut, the women, the youth, they are all here. The solidarity that they have manifested here is commendable. And that is the spirit, the Gambian spirit we want everybody to begin to showcase. When people call on you to come and help, you can come and give your time, your energy, and your resources wherever you can.
Such a move that motivates people to come back and work for themselves. You know, back to the land, it didn't mean that you come back and work for him, but you work for yourself. You know, you eat what you grow and grow what you eat. You know, and it goes at a time that the people have forgotten what is farming. And farming is our #1 source of income in the Gambia.
According to one of the farm managers, Bajamba Bojang, they have offered this farm to the President as a way of strengthening to eat what you grow and grow what you eat philosophy. And going by the size of the farm, he is therefore optimistic of a bumper harvest. Various speakers added their voice to go back to the land clarion call for their own survival and also to contribute towards the development of agriculture as the backbone of the country's economy. Another 3 hectares of farm was planted with maize. According to Pase Kutambedu, 3 varieties of groundnut have been planted. With the level of turnout, the work was done remarkably well. For GRTS News, I am Fatu Jassi. Members of a youth organization in the West Coast region have started working towards restoring the country's forest cover. The Nemban Jola Youth Association over the weekend kick-started the mammoth effort by planting more than 4,000 trees. As we hear in this report by Ibrahim Abaldi, the youths believe it is time something was done to save the forest.
With the on-season rains these days, some institutions are working relentlessly to take advantage of the climate to actualize a concept. Members of the Nemban Jola Youth Development Association defied all odds to go to the forest and replenish the environment. It is in line with the organization's development objectives, and most importantly, members of the association said the initiative was born out of the need to join in efforts geared towards mitigating the effects of global warming.
That, global warming and then climate change is a responsibility of anyone of the Gambian or everybody in the world. So at least contribute to at least mitigate the threat of the global warming in the world. So we feel that we should come and then do the planting exercise, been planting about over 6,000 Malena trees.
Over the years, human activity on the environment has seriously left an indelible mark which can have devastating consequences today and tomorrow. And the authorities have been intensifying efforts geared towards minimizing the damage in various parts of the country. In Nemban, the youth believe as change agents there is no future without a green environment. Despite their busy schedule, this youth organization is bent on actualizing their mission.
It's not that we don't have anything to do, but then we have to roll back whatever service we can do for our village. Not each time we sit and rely on what the village can do or what government can do for the village. We should also come out as youth and move on and do certain things, big or small. It is going to be appreciated by the village. So the other villages should also emulate from our example and move on from there.
It was a symbolic act on the side of the elders and members of the community to join in the tree planting exercise punctuated with music to entertain the volunteers. Having planted more than 4,000 trees with more exercises in the offing, credit goes to the volunteers who, despite their schedules at this time of the season, responded positively.
For the volunteers, I have to thank them because they've tried a lot, going to the forest, you know, planting, uprooting the plants, which is about 4,100 trees that we, uprooted, and also coming up, you know, with in large number to at least, you know, participate in the planting exercise. We really thank them. We urge them to keep it up, because we hope to, you know, carry out this every year. Yeah.
Really thanking them. Let them keep it up, because this is our village. Nobody will come outside this village to come and do things for us. So they are the one who can do it. So I'm thanking them for their good gestures.
Well, the members of the Ndemban Jola Youth Association have vowed to work towards planting more trees, thereby replenishing the environment with what it had lost over the years. It remains to be seen how they are going to convince other youths to do the same in other parts of the Gambia. Ibrahim Balde, GRTS.
Officials of the Mental Health and Advocacy Program have launched the Mental Health Stakeholder Council. The council, as Fatou Jassi reports, is tasked with the responsibility of promoting the welfare of mental health patients. The Gambia has now joined the list of member countries of the Mental Health Leadership and Advocacy Program. The program that has started in the country since February is to create awareness of the mental illness and build capacity for the care of and promotion of the rights of people with mental illness, neurological and substance use disorders in the 5 English-speaking West African countries of Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia and the Gambia. In order for the program to fully establish in the country, authorities launched a mental stakeholder council to educate society on the impact of the global menace that is increasing at an alarming rate.
Some communities in the Gambia are faced with numerous mental, neurological and psychosocial disorders that undermine development. Based on prevalence rates from the mental health survey, which was currently being conducted, it is estimated that approximately 27,000 people in the Gambia, or 3% of the population aged 15 years or more, is suffering from a severe mental disorder, and a further 91,000 or 10% of the population aged 15 years and more are suffering from moderate to mild mental disorder. Very alarming figure. This means that at least 118,000 people in the Gambia, equivalent to 13% of the adult population, are likely to be affected by mental health disorders, which will require varying degrees of treatment and care during the course of the disease.
Mental illness is one of the diseases that is stigmatized and perceived with fear and avoidance, especially in Africa.
In most African countries, mental health is seen as a peripheral and isolated issue, with more importance being focused on the physical well-being, which is of course very overwhelming in this part of the world. However, this approach is somewhat misguided. There was a report, and I'm quoting you from a report published last year in 2011, where they claim that 14% of the global burden of diseases in the world is attributed to mental health, which includes broad spectrum diagnosis of common illnesses such as anxiety, substance abuse, and severe illnesses of psychosis.
The burden of mental illness is cross-cutting, affecting families and societies at large. Therefore, in addressing the menace, it must garner the support of all and sundry.
The burden of mental illness is what I'm going to attempt to elaborate now, but I'm being very mindful because I'm sitting next